let's jump right into a massive, undeniable paradox that completely defines modern life. I mean, look around. Chances are you have absolutely everything you could ever need. We're talking more access to comfort, information, and resources than literally any generation in human history. Yet, despite this mountain of abundance, so many of us are walking around feeling completely empty, stressed, and just dissatisfied. Today, we're going to break down exactly why that is, and we'll dissect the hidden, sneaky little mechanics that are blinding us to our own lives. Okay, let's dive into this. Section 1, the gratitude gap, and our bizarre focus on what is missing. Now, we are fundamentally wired to obsess over what we don't have, right? We just completely ignore the mountain of good that's right in front of us. Notice the visually striking imbalance here. That massive 90% slice, that represents what you already possess. Your health, your shelter, your food, your basic safety. The whole shebang. But we don't actually live in that 90%, do we? No, we consciously choose to cram our entire emotional existence into that tiny 10% slice. That little gap of what's missing. We literally pour all of our energy, our anxiety, and our focus into the things we just haven't achieved or acquired yet. So what's driving this? Let's move to section 2, the psychology of wanting and why enough simply isn't enough. To figure out why we insist on living in that miserable 10% gap, we really have to look under the hood. Like, why is our default settings so heavily skewed toward being dissatisfied? Well, it starts right here with something called the arrival fallacy. This is that incredibly toxic, super pervasive belief that sounds exactly like this. I'll be happy when. You know the drill. I'll be happy when I get that promotion. I'll be happy when I finally buy that house, when I lose those 10 pounds. But here's the totally wild trick our brain plays on us. You arrive at that destination and guess what? You're not happy. Well, actually, scratch that. Maybe you are for a minute, but not for long. Because the very second you cross that finish line, your brain just casually picks up the goalpost and moves it another 10 miles down the road. We are literally guaranteeing our own perpetual dissatisfaction because under this fallacy, enough is never, ever enough. Let's move to and see how this builds directly into our next concept, which is the hedonic treadmill. You get what you wanted, the excitement hits you, but then the happiness inevitably just fades away. You adapt to the new normal, and instantly, like clockwork, you need a new fix, a new shiny thing to chase. And what's really tragic here is the total lack of a pause. You won. You achieved the exact thing you were desperate for a year ago, but you didn't celebrate it. You didn't savor it all. You just stepped right back onto the treadmill and cranked up the speed, completely forgetting that you were currently standing on the very achievements you used to dream about. This brings us to section 3, the complaint trap, where we somehow find a way to complain about basically nothing. When you're always running toward the next big thing, everything in your current reality just feels like a giant obstacle. I mean, look at this stark contrast. The reality is, you possess a massively complex machine, a car. You've got paved roads, you have access to fuel, and a specific destination you are trying to reach. You are actively participating in a literal miracle of modern infrastructure. And your reaction? Complaining bitterly about traffic. You are sitting in a climate-controlled box, completely missing the absolute marvel of your situation just because a few other metal boxes happen to be in your way. And honestly, it gets even more absurd when we look at our homes. The reality, you have a secure roof over your head, you've got heat when it's freezing outside, you've got AC when it's boiling, you've essentially conquered the elements, and the reaction? Complaining that it's slightly too hot or too cold or a little too wet outside. We possess the absolute undeniable privilege of safe shelter, yet we weaponize these petty complaints about the weather to just absolutely ruin our own moods. Make it make sense, right? And then there's your livelihood. Reality? You have a job, you have an income, you have a place to be and an actual purpose to fulfill. Reaction? Relentlessly complaining about work. Now, I want to talk directly to you for a second. Complaining about the daily grind completely ignores the profound vital privilege of having an income that sustains your life. When you frame life as something happening to you rather than for you, you are locking yourself into a victim mentality, even when you're actually winning. I want to pause here for just a moment. Really let this quote sink in. Coffee is warm, not hot. You complain, first world prison. Think about that. We get served a beverage that was harvested halfway across the globe, roasted, brewed, and handed directly to us. And because the temperature isn't perfectly calibrated to our exact liking, we throw a fit. These tiny, entitled complaints act like invisible bars. They literally build a first-world prison that completely blinds us to the unbelievable luck of our daily existence. And that leads us to section 4, blindness to the ordinary. Taking our very lives for granted. When we get trapped by these petty complaints, we develop a really severe condition, blindness to the ordinary. We start ignoring the massive foundational pillars of our lives simply because they're always there. Look at these ignored privileges. Health, your legs work, your heart beats, your lungs pull in oxygen, you can see and hear the world. Ask yourself, when was the last time you actually said thank you to your body for simply keeping you alive? Food and water. You have a fridge full of food and unlimited clean water flowing directly from a tap in your kitchen. Safety. There are no bombs falling outside your window right now. You aren't fleeing a war zone. Freedom. You can speak your mind, read what you want, vote, travel. These are not just basic human guarantees, these are profound, incredible privileges. And yet we treat them as this absolute, boring, baseline expectation. Consider this thought for a second. No emergency, no crisis, just a normal day. You're bored. That's a gift. We have become so insanely addicted to constant stimulation and drama that we actually perceive a quiet, safe, uneventful day as boring. We completely fail to realize that boredom is the ultimate luxury. It means you're safe. It means there is no immediate crisis. An ordinary, uneventful day is a massive gift that we are constantly just trying to rush through. And sadly, this blindness extends right out to the people we love the most. Because our partner is always there, we literally stop seeing them. Our kids are healthy and alive, but sometimes we just feel annoyed by the noise. Our parents are still here on this earth, but we're somehow too busy to call or visit. Our friends answer the phone when we need them, but we never reach out just to say thanks. It is an absolute tragedy how we ignore the most important people in our lives simply because they become constants. We just expect them to be there. And this brilliantly illustrates the root cause of our totally distorted reality. We are constantly comparing up. We spend hours staring at social media, which, let's be honest, is just everyone's fictional highlight reel, and we convince ourselves that everyone else has more. We think that's real life. Meanwhile, we completely ignore the reality of the billions of people on this planet who are living on less than $2 a day. We have unlimited water, and we're complaining about the brand of bottled water we were handed. Scrolling past real suffering while obsessing over social media illusions, that completely destroys our perspective. But here's the turnaround. Section 5, Gratitude Rituals. Let's rewire your perspective. So the crucial point is that this isn't a permanent condition. If our brains have been wired for dissatisfaction, they can absolutely be rewired for gratitude. It's time to pivot from the diagnosis to the cure and take back control. You have to actively install pattern interrupts into your day. Look at these 3 super simple rituals. Step 1, the morning ritual. When you wake up, do not grab your phone and start doom scrolling. Stop rushing through the sunrise. Just take a breath and say, thank you for today. Step 2, the meal pause. Stop treating food just as mindless fuel and eating without even tasting it. Pause and actually thank the food and the hands that made it. And step 3, the evening reflection. Instead of closing your eyes and letting all your anxieties fill your head, just review the good things that happened before you go to sleep. These are small shifts, but they forcefully pull you right out of that miserable 10% gap. Because gratitude isn't just a fleeting feeling, it is an action. If you feel thankful but never actually express it, the connection is lost. Keep a gratitude journal. I mean, if you don't write down what went well, you're just not going to notice it. Send a quick 10-second thank you text to someone who helped you out. Savor the good moments. When you have a great cup of coffee, a delicious meal, or a really good conversation, don't rush through it, just be in it. And finally, go for a walk just to enjoy being alive, not just to arrive at a destination. We have to break free from this entitlement mindset that says, I deserve this, and realize we are incredibly, unbelievably lucky. I want to leave you with this final thought. You have enough. You really do. You just don't see it yet. After really looking at the reality of your privileges, your safety, your health, and the sheer abundance surrounding you every single day, are you still ungrateful? Are you still wanting? Are you still empty? It is time to open your eyes. The life you have been desperately searching for, it's the exact one you are already living. You just have to finally start noticing it.